What is up, guys? My name is Andrew and welcome back to Space Engineer Survival episode number 43. We're now back on Pertam. Last episode we I guess we dropped from above, which you can kind of see our base up there. We dropped from all the way up there down to this planet below of Pertam. We landed back where we originally started, all the way back in episode number 1, back onto Pertam. And now we're back and we want to do some stuff on the planet. One thing that some of you guys have been mentioning is that a lot of the previous episodes we've been doing have been building episodes. We haven't really had that much action, save for the last episode where we attacked a couple of Reavers, or we defended against a couple of Reavers that attacked us back in space up there. Well, in this episode, I want to kind of remedy that a little bit by maybe trying to attract a couple of Reavers to our location. So what we're going to do in this episode, our primary focus is to beef up our security up here. You can see a couple of damage from where the Reavers have attacked previously. We have a lot, I mean, you can see the lighthouse. Look at this thing. This thing has seen better days. We've rebuilt it before, but they just keep taking it down. There's not much we can do. And of course, this entire base, oh gosh, I forgot about this. Wait a second. Rip welder grinder. Was a great welder and a mediocre grinder. I remember this actually. The Reaver destroyed this thing, unfortunately. But yeah, I want to defend this base a little bit better. It's currently not really fully built, so we want to get it built up. But also, I want to buff the defenses a little bit so we don't have to worry about it we don't have to worry about getting destroyed over and over and over. So I want to do some fun stuff with that. I also, later on in the episode, want to check out the museum over there and see if we can do a little bit with that. Why am I getting a lot of lag? Oh, because there's a Monarch transport over there that's coming toward us. It's fine. It's not really coming toward us. It's kind of just going adjacent to us. But I want to work on the museum a little bit as well, maybe get some of that built up. But we're going to start with beefing up this thing over here. And what that means is, well, I actually want to design something a little different. I kind of like how it is right now, but we have a lot of these conveyors going through here, and we're not really doing anything with them. And I think what would be really cool, something I've seen on a couple of ships, and something I think would work really well is if we did a welder sort of thing. So if we were to take a welder, for instance, and throw a welder facing this direction, unable to place. For what reason? Oh, it must not able to be touching the dirt, but it's got to be clean. But if we were to stick a welder kind of under the base like that right there, and the things were to attack it, this welder would actually weld the blocks up as it attacks it, provided that they had the materials down somewhere in like a storage. So I think that'd be a really cool design to kind of have in here, since we already have all this space where we could put welders. It'd be kind of a cool idea. And the welder can actually fit right in. I don't know, I think the welder will weld 2 blocks above it, right? So what I could do then is I could remove this right here and replace it, since the welder has a little pass-through thing. We could replace it with a welder just like that, and we could do this every couple. So maybe skip 2, then do 1 right here. I haven't actually tested this very much, so I don't know exactly how well it's going to work, but skip 2 right there, throw a welder in right here, and then we just need to build these guys up and see if that works the way we want it to. And theoretically, it should be able to weld all the blocks that are just kind of above it, so that if anything starts wailing on these blocks right here, the welders will immediately get to work trying to weld them. And we won't have stuff like this where they're just kind of damaged with nothing repairing them. We'll have them being welded up. Let me go back to base, grab a couple materials, because I have this stuff in the build planner, and we're going to see if this works. So we'll go and turn these on, and we'll see if... I don't know if this base has any materials, honestly, though. Let me actually check, because I think we had a little... Yeah, we had a little cargo container right here. No, it doesn't have any materials, just has a bunch of scrap materials. But let's hop in here, go to welder, and check these and see if they're on. Okay, turn them on. Oh, game, please don't crash. Oh no, I was sitting in there. I was like, it's not letting me move. Is it crashing? No, it's just because I'm seated. So yeah, if we go close to these, we'll take damage. So we got to be a little careful. I don't know what the threshold is. Maybe if we just go above it. Okay, maybe that's it. I don't know. We just have to be a little careful around these things now. I don't think it'll damage us if we're up here, though. So we're all good. Yeah, we're fine up here. As long as we don't go down there in the actual barbs themselves, we'll be okay. So I want to test this then. If I were to like grind you down a little bit, and then maybe throw the materials into here. Yep, I hear it doing something. Did it do the one that I wanted it to? No, it probably just did a random one. Yeah, it actually did this one, it looks like it started working on, but that's fine. Okay, so what we could do now then, instead of welding all these blocks up manually, is we could just go and throw a bunch of materials in this base, and that should kind of take care of that. I just don't know how high it goes. Like, will that weld these or not? Okay, let's say that all these blocks up here were damaged and their materials were all thrown. In fact, let's damage this thing for good measure. Let's damage Bert. I'm sorry, Bert. You just have to be damaged a little bit for this test. We're gonna damage all that stuff and see how well the welders do. Let's press K, weld. If I could spell. Thank you very much. Weld, turn them on, and let's see what they can weld. They're welding. Did you weld up Bert? It wasn't able to weld up Bert. Maybe it used its materials on other stuff? I don't know. Or maybe Bert is too far from the barb. Were you able to weld up any of these guys? No, you were not. Interesting. So if we want to weld up those, we have to have this one higher. Dang, I wish this could go a little farther. In fact, you couldn't even do some of these guys. Did you guys run out of materials or something? Like... Oh, I guess they ran out of materials. Let me just go get a full load of steel plates and bring it over and see if that helps. All right, we have 500 steel plates in here. I want to see if that allows them to build stuff up. Oh yeah, I hear stuff going. Okay, here we go. This is what we wanted to see. Sort of. Okay, maybe not. They used all the stuff on heavy stuff again. Okay, so it does look like this is not able to weld that without being up one higher, unfortunately. This one right here can weld... I guess maybe this. Can it weld that? No, it can't even weld that. So it can probably weld this one, though, if I had to guess. Yeah, okay, so it can weld that one. So pretty much what that tells me is that it can weld the one above it and any around it, any around that one. So this one can be welded by that one. This one can be welded by that one. So we do have it pretty good. The only thing is that this one needs to be one higher and right here. So let's remove this one and let's remove this. And instead we're going to replace this with a conveyor piece, and then that should be good actually. So a conveyor piece right there, and then a welder on top of that, like that. And then we'll have another conveyor piece right here. Okay. All right, here we go. Build that up and this, and let's turn this one on and see what happens. Okay, that should be able to now get all these guys. So we have a little bit of a vulnerability, which is going to be these guys right here, which can't be welded by anything. But I think that's going to be fine as long as we put something right here. Maybe a heavy one of these. Let's throw a heavy guy right here, just as kind of a support. Then both of these guys can get it. And then I guess right here we'll continue with, are we using lights on the side right here? You're a light, you turn into heavy. So we're using lights over on this side though. Oh, we're out of fuel. Okay, we gotta be careful. We have heavies on this side. Why are we using heavies over there and then lights on this side? I don't understand. I guess we're using heavies. So if we're using heavies, then we're going to want to do something like this. And that should automatically weld those up. All right, unfortunately, we have to do the walk of shame back down to our base because we are out of fuel. We have 1% jetpack. We can go ahead and use that to give us a little bunny hop. As long as it doesn't kill us, as long as it doesn't kill us. Oh, that was close. That was really close. That was probably not the smartest thing to do. Good thing it's not hardcore. But anyway, here we go. Thank you very much, Health Station. Okay, I've got a couple more of these things that I can place, so let's try and place some in here. So I want to place one right next to the turret. We're going to grind out, or we're going to drill out this little area right here so that we can place it. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to place one right there. There we go. We're going to place one. I think we want to do the same thing. It's kind of the same setup, right? So then we skip 2. Skip 1, skip 2, right there. And we'll place one right here. And then for this one, we'll put one right up here. There we go. And this one actually goes all the way to the middle. So we could just skip 2 again and put one right there. We'd have to put another one of those there. Then we'd have to drill out the area above it so that it's not, doesn't have any rock in the way. Skip 2. And I guess, you know what? We can skip 2 again and do the same thing right here. All right, there we go. Now we're pretty much at the middle point, and we can do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now we have a line of these things, which should pretty much keep our main base welded up. So all of these right here should now be welded up. Even if we try and like destroy one, it should be immediately welded up. Of course, it doesn't have the materials right now, but yeah, it should handle that whenever it can. Okay, let's do this next side as well. So this one right... Whoops. This one right here is going to become this. Let me go see if I can actually grab those things. So this one didn't go very far, but I feel like the construction components got sent to the... Oh no, they just went down here. Okay, awesome. Okay, there we go. There are those two. Now we go up one, like we were doing before.
Inventory full.
I don't know why my inventory keeps getting full, but I need to place one here, and I cannot. So I guess I'll place one here. I'll rebuild it even. And then grab those, and then place one here. Build it up. I can't because I need small steel tubes, which are in there. There we go. Okay, now this. All right, I put one in the middle here as well, and we have all the ones on this side. Now I just need to do this side over here, which should be the same length as the other side. I don't know for sure though, but I guess let's just go start from this side and it should work out. So right here, we replace that with a weld. Turned the proper way. Yep. Then we should do another one, not there, but one further. Okay, we just need two more to get this thing up and running fully. So let's go back to our base real quick and grab the final two we need. And yeah, then we'll start bringing materials here and see how it works. All right, the entire base is more or less placed with these things around. So let's just go put a bunch of materials inside of our miner and bring it over. And of course we fall down. How does this thing work again? Ah, that's how. It was on recharge. Okay, we're pretty much jamming it to the max because this thing's loaded full of materials. But let's bring it up here and see if we can haul these or load these onto the other thing over there. We have an Ember strike corvette with escort drones coming toward us. I don't think it'll come close enough to have to mess with our little base up here, but we should be a little cautious. Haven't had any Reavers yet, which is surprising. Okay, let's let this thing chill here for a second. I want to see, do we have any way to connect this yet? No, we don't. So let me right click that and also build up one of these. Yeah, we'll build it this way. Right click that. Now we're gonna go and grab a bunch of materials real quick. While that thing's just kind of chilling there. All right, there's one. We're missing a couple steel plates, but it's fine. We don't need them all. All right, let's go ahead and place this thing here. Now this is dangerous. Remember, this is how our other ship, our poor little welder got itself killed using this exact same area, I think. I'm pretty sure a Reaver attacked us while it was kind of parked here, and as a result it got shot, which is why the grave is directly under this area. So we have to be a little careful. Ah! Okay, back in. Perfect. All right, number 8. Then, yeah, I think that's fine, honestly. Okay, this should now allow this thing to start going crazy, welding everything up, and you'll see that it has welded a little bit. Some of these have been welded, even with the metal grids and everything. These need to be shaped back. I don't know, did it weld a bunch of this stuff? It might have used it on this stuff over here and put the metal grids in. Yeah, it did. So yeah, I don't know exactly where all of our steel plates went, but it looks like a lot of this stuff has been welded that wasn't previously welded. As it starts getting a little bit closer to nighttime, I'm thinking of another design element that I think would be a pretty cool idea. Now, I don't really like how our ship here is exposed. As we saw, like way back, it led to the destruction of our welder slash grinder. So I think probably a good idea would be to not have this thing be right here, to instead have this be sort of enclosed in the base. And I think a good way to do that, I've been thinking about how we could, and I think one of the ways we could do that is we could build it into this mountain right here. So we'd have like an underground area right down here, and we could store our ships in there. So we could maybe have a couple ships chilling out in there, and that would make sense because remember, this is after all a fortified base. So it makes sense to maybe have some attack ships down there and also have like a little bay where we could keep ships secure. So it'd be nice to have something down there. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna dig into this right here. This side, we're gonna make this into a not just a wall, but a path into a base back there. So let me find out where we have this. So our final block down here is at about this. Let me just grind a little bit of that so we can see where it is on this side. It's at about that level right there. And I want to go, I'm thinking I want to, how big is this? Is this 3 blocks? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's almost perfect then if we do it down here. So let's say, okay, if we remove this right here and we remove this, is that going to cause a catastrophe? No, it's not. Okay, so if we remove all 3 of these blocks then, remove that. Oh, we're out of steel plate space. Whoops. Okay, let me at least put these back in here and maybe find a couple more places I can put some. You know what? Let me just place down one of these, one large block right here, so I can just deposit a bunch of steel plates in there and not have to worry about running out of space. Okay, honestly, I think this is going to be perfect. Just a 3x4. Wait, hang on. How big is 3? Let me real quick see how big 3 blocks is. So with 3 blocks, how big is this ship? Would if it were to come down to it. 1, 2, 3 would be about right there. So the ship would fit through a 3 block, but not much more would fit through. Is that fine? I think that might be fine because this is a pretty large ship. So anything bigger we might not even need it to fit through. Okay, let's just do a 3x3 for now, and then we can expand if needed later. So we'll just do this size right here, and we'll do a by 4. Okay, so with that, all we have to do is we have to route these back around to the other side so that they're not in the way. I guess I'll throw this in the storage. There's a little storage container all the way down here. Okay, so I'm thinking we're going to use the ones that have the little wall just so it looks a little better. So these ones, is this the one? No, I want the turn one. Yes, that one right there. So we could use it like this where it has that little wall piece. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll do it over here as well. So it's downward, and we'll do it over here finally as well. Okay, build that up. Remove this piece, and we need to remove this guy as well. There we go. Up, 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 and over. There we go. That should look pretty good. It's going to be a 3x3 entrance, and if we need to move this out one more so we can make a 4x3 entrance, we can. The only problem is that would be a little bit off center, so it would look a little bit weird. But it would give us room for the elevator here, which I don't know if we're ever going to use the elevator again, to be honest, but it would be nice to have it as an option, I think. Okay, let's get rid of a little bit of this. Gotta love Space Engineers stuff. I think I'm going to have to get this with a ship because it really doesn't want to do it, does it? Okay, now back here what we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of heavy armor because we don't want this thing to get destroyed. What I might do is I might replace these right here with heavy armor ones going back. I won't replace it on that side because it doesn't matter. There's a mountain over there. We don't really care. But over here at least we'll replace it with heavy armor so that if it gets shot at, it won't combust. It won't destroy. And what I think we might do is just go back like this. Just a little bit of heavy armor. And this is going to take a while to build, but we will either do it off camera or we will spend an episode building, I guess. Is this heavy armor that we have here? These are heavy armor. Okay, we're gonna want to replace these then with normal full blocks. Okay, that should be the same number. And now we have this this opening right here, which this one, by the way, needs to be... Why does this one not have a side? That's weird. I'm confused. I don't know why that doesn't have a side. But we have that same opening right here, which we can go pretty much directly across whenever we want to bring a ship in. So we won't have to do any weird navigating down into the hole and then into this thing. We can just go directly across, navigate our ship like this. And as long as there's no traffic coming from the bottom, which there shouldn't be because I'm the only one on this server, it'll be good. It should be. Okay, there's our block. I don't know why that wasn't appearing. All right, perfect. Now all we need to do is dig this out and build this up. Let's start with digging it out, actually. Since we already have our ship chilling over here, we can just hop in and go to work. And we're gonna right-click, get that out of here. Get that out of here. All right, oops, I accidentally destroyed something. It's fine. We're just gonna continue this way, trying to dig a hole into this mountain until we get to about the center area where we'll start building our little area. And one other thing I wanted to have in this mountain, by the way, is a couple refineries and assemblers to be dedicated to building ammo. Since this is a fortress, it'd be nice to have that and not have to rely on the main base to do that. Oh, I see what I destroyed. It's just one of these. Oh no, my fuel. Okay, we'll have to do the walk of shame back down to the thing. But, oh, actually we don't. We can just go down there and go into the, yeah, okay, so it's fine. Down here, I think we're just gonna use light armor because I don't care about what the floor is made out of. Doesn't really matter to me. All right, we have to go down all the way to the bottom of this thing to get some hydrogen. We have enough fuel left to land ourselves, luckily. And let's get over here. We have a O2H2 generator inside our bunker over here, so that's where we're gonna get our stuff from. Instead of doing the walk of shame, in fact, we can fly a little bit further just to speed us up. And it's here, I think? I don't remember exactly. Oh, it's over here, okay. We have a little bit of ice in there. And there we go. Oh, a Reaver, finally! I was waiting. We'll leave that there because we need to go and get in stuff. I was wondering if we were going to get attacked by a Reaver, but it looks like we are. We have a Reaver invader coming in. Now, how do we get to our little command post from here? Probably the fastest way is through here. I don't know. It's a long path. This is why we need to create this path a little bit better. All right, hop in here and let's get into this turret, I guess. Oh yeah, this has perfect view. Awesome. Oh my God! Our Bert and Ernie are fired. Shoo, there it goes. And long live the Reaver. Down, down, down. Into the darkness, never to be seen again. Let's light it up, see if there's... No, we can't light it up anymore to see if there's anything. Wow, Bert and Ernie really took care of that. You could definitely hear them Burton and Ernie up there. Thank you very much, Bert and Ernie. You guys deserve a tip. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna give you a color. Let's give you this this dark gray Tron color, because why not? See what that looks like on you. Let it load in for a second. It's just black, but I think it's fine. I think it looks good. All right, and Ernie, we're gonna give you the exact opposite. We're gonna give you a white, same color, same style rather. Oh, that looks so good. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. Okay, I just learned that if I make it this white color and lower the value here, I can actually make it kind of a dark color, but also with the hex. So I think I'm gonna do that for Bert. So Bert's gonna get this dark hex color. There we go. You can still see the hex. And Ernie over here is gonna get this light hex color. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, thank you very much for protecting our base. Hopefully we get a couple more Reavers, because I did promise some action in this episode, and I was getting a little bit worried that we hadn't gotten any attacking us. So hopefully one more attacks. That one seemed a little bit weak. I don't even know where it landed. Somewhere over there. I don't know. Why is it always nighttime when those things attack and we just can't see them? All right. Okay, so for our underground hangar, this is looking pretty good. I think we're gonna want, but we're gonna want the reactors though as well. Or the refinery and assemblers. So I think we put those here. We're gonna have ship bays. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, separate, 1, 2, 3, separate, 1, 2, 3, separate, and then maybe back here we'll have the refinery and assemblers. Okay, so at its current state, it's gonna allow us to store 3 ships, and we'll have the refinery and and assemblers back here. And of course, it's gonna continue this way as well. Oh wow, there's a big storm going on. I just saw a flash of lightning. You know when you're not looking at a window and you see it flash out of the corner of your eye, you know it's a big storm. But anyways, yeah, so it's gonna go that way a little bit further, and we'll have the refiner and assembly. And if we want to expand this, of course, we can go that way as well. Or we can always go that way and maybe down a little bit. So let's go back this way just a little bit so we can fit the refiner and assembler in here. And again, it's not gonna be that crazy of a setup. Our main base is still gonna have the main setup. This is just gonna be like a complementary thing where it can be just always crafting ammunition of some kind. So we'll supply this with magnesium and it'll do its thing. And whatever else ammo requires. Okay, I think this is gonna be good. So we have enough space over here for our refineries and assemblers. For the refiner, we're gonna go with one of those nice refineries. So we're gonna go with one of these guys right here. A fancy one. And what that's gonna do is, I don't actually like where it's positioned really. It might be fine though. Yeah, it's probably gonna be fine. We're gonna have it positioned right there. It has some walkway up top right here. So what we're gonna have as well is we're gonna have 2 assemblers kind of out the side right here. So, okay, so this gives us 1 refinery and 2 assemblers for this base. It also gives us a little connection point back there, which we can use to route to maybe a storage, which we might fit back here. Actually, that would be a perfect spot as well for a storage. We have upgrade module slots right here and also on the bottom, and we have plenty of room for 3 bays of ships. Okay, I think this is pretty good. I guess let's bring in a bunch of steel plates and try and weld some of this stuff up. We don't need redundant welder things on this area because we don't need to worry about these ever getting destroyed. As we're mining out this ceiling over here, I hear a giant storm going on outside. Let's go take a look. I can even see a little bit of haze in here. Oh my gosh. Talk about not being able to see anything. Although, let me just tell you that the view of the Dune power bank over there is screenshot worthy. That's pretty cool. I love how we can see the lights from this far. But luckily, we don't have to worry about any of this storm while safe inside our little cave over here. I mined out a lot of the top. I removed the refinery. So we need to re-add that. But there we go. Now we should be able to get all the way to the top of it, or we can see all the way to the top of it. So the idea was that you can come up over here, and then you can walk along these. We'll have a little catwalk right here, and we'll have a little catwalk going along the outside as well, where these bays are going to be. I think it would actually be a little nicer if this assembler were over here. We could actually run double assemblers if we wanted to, flipping them back so that we could support... that wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. Double assemblers like this. This has only 10 minutes of flight left, so we have to be a little bit speedy. We have only 10 hydrogens of flight left, so we also have to be a little speedy there. But yeah, so something like this I'm thinking. Although I'd like to brace this a little bit on the bottom, so maybe instead of this we do a 4-way, an all-way. I don't know, does it matter really? Okay, so in the end, it's going to end up looking a little bit like this. We'll have a catwalk up there, allowing us to go across. And then finally here, we're going to have our connectors. So connector here, connector there, and connector there, allowing us to have 3 ships that we can have docked here. Now, I don't know if I can build all of this. Let me... Yeah, that's not going to happen. I only have 6 fuel left, so I guess I might as well land this ship right now.
Fuel critical.
With the remaining fuel I have. Actually, no. I need to bring the ship over here because there's no way I can get down without any fuel. As we descend into the pasta silo, we notice a couple of signs telling us where we are. And an elevator off to the left that's still glitching out quite a bit. Okay, let's land this thing. We'll turn off our thrusters, let it just chill there for a second as we go and replenish our fuel. All right, with our fuel replenished, let's head on back. All right, here's our entrance, and we'll go inside. I think I should probably park this thing for now since we're not really able to dock it and it's running out of fuel. So let's just go ahead and park it. And we're gonna get this thing welded up. Let me use the steel plates I have. What do I have in my inventory? What? Oh, okay. I guess let's put this stuff in here for now, and then let's go and grab enough stuff for at least one of these. We'll grab for you. Wait, build planner capacity, what? Question is, can I carry all this stuff on one inventory? The answer is no. Okay, let's see if we can at least get that connector built though. There's that one, so we can now at least park our ship here. That's still not buildable, neither are these. Okay, turn this around, and eventually this will be able to add things to the base, but for now it's just chilling. Let's put it on charge as well so it charges everything and turn off the engines. All right, our first ship is inside the thing. Now, if we had had this for our welder grinder, it would not have been destroyed by the Reavers. So I really like this now that we have it, and I hope that we had it, or I wish that we had it a little sooner, but we're gonna have to make another welder grinder anyway. It'll probably just be a welder, honestly. Okay, I really like what we have going on here. What we need to do though is we need to somehow get the pipes over to this area. And it's gonna be a bit of a challenge, I think, because the pipes on this one are on the left and the pipes on this one are on the right. So we either need to actually no, it's not gonna be that much of a challenge because we can just go up, can't we? From here, if we just go directly up, we should be able to connect. So let me just right click mine directly up from here and see what's above us. This is not good if we have something above us that we don't want to unveil, but I bet you it's just going to be the base, yeah. Wait, where are we? What? Confused. How are we here? Wait. Oh, we're all the way on that side already? Oh my gosh, okay, I didn't realize we were this far. Okay, yeah, that can connect up to here. Or maybe what we'd rather do is go in a little bit, then up. Or maybe we go up from one of these and then over to this. Let me actually see real quick. So now we have this hole, which is fine. I doubt a Reaver is going to fly a rocket straight through there. But let me go over here into this one and then go down directly from one of these things we have. So maybe like this one right here. If I go down directly from this, what do we have? What do we reach? That puts us here. I guess that's actually not bad. It puts us on this line, which is not one of ours. We could just go up from this and then over into that. Aha, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go straight up from that side, and that should connect perfectly. Awesome. What's that ship over there? H, please come back. Ember Monarch Transport. Doesn't look like it's coming toward us, just kind of flying around. Ooh, I like the horizon over there. It looks really cool. Actually, the sun might be coming up. Yeah, it looks like the sun's coming up over there. But yeah, so that gives us room to walk around and we don't have to actually curve it up there, so that's perfect. We do have these ugly holes now in our ceiling, but it's gonna be fine. We'll put a roof in maybe if we really wanna cover them up. I don't think it matters that much though. Okay, let's, I guess, do a couple of trips trying to get some of these welded up. It's gonna probably take a couple, but we can do it. Ooh! It's even more beautiful. Look at that. That's just, I mean, I could make a poster. I could put a poster in my room with this view and it would just look amazing. Okay, let's get down here. I think we have lights over there, but I don't think their radius is set properly because they look really weird. Or maybe we just need more of them. I don't know. But let's go and grab this stuff. Good Lord, we still need so many computers and stuff. Oh, I went a little too fast. Sometimes you gotta be careful. How are we doing on this? 100, wait, 100? 29%. So we need to stop by the refuel at some point. Okay, these two are done. We need a faster welder. How did we get our level 3 welder again? Did we find platinum somehow? I don't remember. All components, yes. Okay, we can build this fully up. And with this, we should have a fully functioning little mini base inside here that's going to be creating ammo for us. That'll be nice. And it's a redundant base as well, so if our main base somehow gets nuked for whatever reason, we have this one. Assuming the nuke didn't also obliterate this base, of course. It's starting on something. Oh, I know what it's starting on. We had a bunch of, yeah, we had a bunch of these right here, so it's going to make us a lot of iron with this stuff. I guess eventually we could throw on efficiency modules, but for now, I'm just going to let it do what it's got to do. Okay, so we now have these assemblers here, or these, yeah, assemblers here set up properly. Let me see what kind of things we have on our ship. Bert. We have the Sentinel turret, which, let me see what kind of... So this uses normal Gatling ammo, I think. This, does it tell me what ammo it uses? It would be nice. It uses 30mm HEI. So 25mm NATO is this. I want to have a little bit of... Let's just go ahead and make some of this, because why not? Supposedly the Bert uses 30mm HEI, but I don't know if that's true, because if I go here and search 30mm, the only thing that pops up is this Raptor ammo. Is that what we're using? Wait, why can't I find the Sentinel turret anymore? Is the Sentinel turret now blocked? I think it is. In order to build the Sentinel turret, we have to build the Raptor Gatling, apparently. So I can no longer build the Sentinel turret, but it does use the 30mm Raptor ammo. Hopefully those don't get destroyed, because I can't rebuild it unless I build these first. Whoops. I guess they changed that when the when one of the updates came out, but... Okay, there's one other thing I wanted to do. Let me grab a couple of steel plates out of here. A couple more than that. There we go. One other thing I wanted to do with this top part of the base is I wanted to cover it a little bit. I wanted to find a way to make it look a little bit nicer. Are we using light armor here? Yeah, we are using light armor. We're just using heavy armor here in the middle. Okay. So I guess I can just use light armor then. I wanted to grab a color. Let's do this. If I do that, and that, and that, how does that look? And then like leave that open for if a ship wants to land there or something. Well, we don't really want ships to be here anymore, do we? So we can probably remove that even. So it'd be looking like this most likely. Boom, boom. Remove you, and then boom. So if I had something like this, and I did that all around the base, I think that might look a little bit nicer than having it just the four corners like this. Yeah, so just something a little bit like this I think would look a little better, giving us more walkway that we can walk. Of course, this can get destroyed very easily, but that's fine. It doesn't have any welders under it either, but I think it's gonna be fine. And finally, if we really wanted to, what we could do is we could grab a couple of light armor blocks and we could wall in this little area as the memorial garden of that. We'll put some trees as well, maybe. All right, check it out. It's a nice little memorial area for that, for our beloved welder slash grinder, so that it doesn't get overshadowed or anything. Okay, we really need to go on a welding spree because we have a lot of blocks that need to be welded up, but I think we're going to save that for later because I don't want to go... It pretty much requires getting a lot of iron first, turning that into steel plates, which won't be that hard because we have a very good assembling facility down there, but and then coming back up here with a welder. So I think we'll save that for next episode or maybe the episode after that. But what I want to do as well in this episode is work a little bit on our museum down there. So let me refill our power and our hydrogen and oxygen, and we'll go to the museum and see what we have to do down there. I want to get the walls maybe up, maybe not welded because again we probably need a welder to do all this stuff, but at least positioned how we want them to be. Okay, let's hop over here, get a little bit more power. And I'm going to grab a full inventory of steel plates as well. Okay, and with that, let's head on over to the museum. Now, this is going to require some architectural skills, which I do not have very much of, but we'll try our best, I guess. I guess we should weld in a couple of these, like these guys. And we're going to make a... Let me see, how do we have this here? Okay, we had it like that. We're gonna make like an arch opening. So I think we'll have a door, well, let's have two larger doors. So in the middle we'll have something like this. It'll go up and then it'll go over and meet up there. So we'll have probably some of these small blocks right here. One right there, one right there, one right here, and one right here. And that'll be our main opening area. So it'll look kind of grand. It is a museum after all. It's got to look pretty nice. Okay. So you'll open through one of these two, and you'll be into our main hallway, which we have right here. There's gonna be a wall here, I think. To our left will be your first little exhibit, I guess. You'll have this exhibit showing off some ships that we have. And we're gonna add the one that we used to land by the, what the heck is that? An Ember escort drone. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna add the one that we used to land as well. So that little ship, that little orange ship that we used to land from our space base down here, we're gonna add that to one of these, so it's gonna have its own little exhibit area. I do not remember why I did this design down here, but it looks interesting. I'll give it that. Okay, so one thing I want to do with the museum is on Patreon I have some things that say I'll use your name in the game in some way, shape, or form, and I haven't actually done that in a long time, ever since the original survival series, so I think this is a good way to do it, is to find a way to incorporate Patreon names in the museum. You know what, maybe this side right here will be the Hall of Patreon, or the Hall of Patreon or something, and we'll have all that stuff. So we'll have all the Patreons listed in a big wall. Of course, it's not gonna be that big of a wall right now. Maybe one day it'll be a bigger wall, but for now it's just gonna be a normal sized wall. And yeah, that'll be a good way to show my appreciation for the Patreons. Okay, so I think I know what we're gonna do with the Patreon rooms. So this main room over here is gonna be our main Patreon room, and it's gonna contain an LCD with all of the patrons that have ever existed, all of the YouTube members. We don't have YouTube members currently, but if we do, it'll showcase them too. So everyone that's ever been a patron or donated or anything like that will be showcased on this list right here. It'll be a long list of names, pretty much, and it'll be a nice room, I think, as well. We'll make it look kind of like a lounge. And then in this room over here, we're gonna have the Legend room. I have a patron tier called Legend, and that's like the highest tier that you can get to. What we're gonna pretty much do is, I think this is gonna be a pretty cool idea. I'm gonna give out 3x3 plots of area that you can sort of decorate on your own. So tell me what to put in there, and Legends, I'll put that in there. That'll be your room. That'll be your little space immortalized on this world. You have your own little plot. And we currently only have 4, which is fine because we only probably have 4 Legends. I think we have 3 actually. So the 3 of those will be filled up, and if anyone becomes a Legend in the future, the 4th one will be filled up, and if we run out of space, guess what? We're just gonna go up, and we'll have more space to work with. So yeah, I think that's how we're gonna do it, and I think it's a pretty cool idea. It honestly fits really well, because we have a 3x3 slot here, a 3x3 there, a 3x3 there, and a 3x3 there. These are gonna be windows, I think. We're gonna find... I might actually extend this one and then put like a little lounge on the side. I haven't really decided, but we'll do something with it. We'll make it look cool. It'll be awesome. And this is just gonna be a wall going along that side. But anyway, yeah. So that's how we're gonna do our museum. Let's build up a couple more of these walls, and then we'll back off from the museum a little bit. All right, I kind of like these 2 rooms. I think these are going to go pretty well. We'll add the patrons. I'm not going to add them this episode, but probably off camera I'll go through and add them, add the LCD and stuff, and then I'll come back with them, and we'll start next episode and I'll showcase what we've done. Next episode, we're going to have to build a welder as well to weld all this stuff up and go on a giant mining expedition, for which I might build another miner. I haven't really decided. I guess let's get this. Now, this is, by the way, a really massive building so far. Because 1 block in Space Engineers is taller, of course, than the player. So since we have 3 blocks tall, that's just a massive structure. We're gonna have to do something to make this look a little nicer as well. We could always do something like this, maybe make the sides look a little bit better. I don't know, that might look a little cooler as you're walking down. We'll find out, we'll find something to do. We could always add some benches as well on the sides to make it look a little bit nicer. That would probably go really well right here, actually. Bench, bench, bench. I think that'll look nice. But anyway, yeah, I think this is a pretty good start for the museum. We'll get a lot more done next episode, after we weld all this stuff up. And eventually we'll probably put in a stairwell going up to the top here. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think we can do with the museum as well. What other things could we do? We have patron rooms here. We have an exhibit room over here. We could maybe put some more rooms on the top. Let me know what you guys think would fit really well in here. Should I rent out a full-size room for someone to mess with? No, that's probably a horrible idea. But anyways, I think that's where we're going to end this episode. We didn't get as much action as I wanted, so I'm gonna have to decide. Either next episode we're gonna go on a massive iron expedition, build a welder, and weld a bunch of stuff up, or we're gonna go on a massive fighting expedition. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see, and we will do that. But if you guys like this episode, please hit the like button, put your comments and suggestions down below in the comments section, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Space Engineers Survival, now on Pertam.